Afternoon, Chair Padilla and Commissioners. Mandy Sackett with the Surfrider Foundation. I'd like to start by emphasizing the importance of biologically important areas, or BIAs, that our colleagues at Natural Resources Defense Council raised in their expert correspondence on this item. The Navy intends to substantially increase testing and training activities in the Point Mugu Sea Range over previous activity levels, and this will undoubtedly increase risk of harm to marine mammals, including endangered blue, fin, and humpback whales, and also the gray whale, which is currently undergoing an unusual mortality event. So in real terms, the Navy's activities are projected to lead to dozens of whales from each of these populations suffering from temporary hearing impairment, and in the case of fin whales, at least 7 instances of permanent hearing loss. And the Navy also projects that the Dall's porpoise may sustain 340 instances of permanent hearing loss over the 7-year period. So the Navy's proposed mitigation is to rely on lookouts to scan for marine mammals before and during testing training activities, and to pause or delay activities when marine mammals are detected in the vicinity. We're asking you to please improve those proposed mitigation measures by ensuring that the Navy avoids conducting testing and training activities within all BIAs that are found in the Sea Range. So within the Southern California Bight, there are 6 BIAs that have been identified for blue whales, and these 6 represent 2% of US West Coast waters, but encompass 87% of the sightings of blue whales in the West Coast region, and 3 of those disproportionately important BIAs are within the Point Mugu Sea Range. And so likewise, the BIAs designated for humpback whales overlap with their proposed critical habitat for humpback whales and are considered a very high conservation value. So for this reason, we're urging the Commission to please clarify its expectations that the Navy avoid any testing and training activities within BIAs. Any evidence of testing and training activities should be reason to reevaluate this consistency determination. As stated in the staff recommendation, the Commission has previously found that BIAs identified off the coast of California represent areas of special biological significance under Section 30230 of the Coastal Act, and so are required to be provided with special protections. We're really glad to see that impacts to our state network of marine protected areas are not expected, and I hope the Commission will also continue to ensure any impacts to the Channel Island National Marine Sanctuary will be negligible. And then just in conclusion, we strongly support the comments of Natural Resources Defense Council on this matter, and we urge the Commission to incorporate their suggested modifications to the staff recommendation, which you'll hear after me. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Ms. Sackett.
Our next and last speaker on this item is Reagan Nelson. Reagan Nelson, if you'd like to unmute yourself and start your camera.
Hi, yes. Good afternoon, Commissioners and Chair Padilla. My name is Reagan Nelson. I'm speaking on behalf of the Natural Resources Defense Council, or NRDC. As the staff recommendation has noted, NRDC has been actively engaged throughout the process for the Point Mugu Sea Range consistency determination. As Cassidy's presentation noted, the Navy's testing and training activities proposed for the Point Mugu Sea Range do not include any forms of sonar or underwater explosives, the activities that pose the highest risk of harm to marine mammals. That being said, the Navy is proposing an increase in its testing and training activities for the Sea Range over past levels, including substantial increases in the use of various missiles, bombs, and gunnery rounds, as well as increased vessel use. As indicated in NRDC's letter addressed to the Commission on December 4th, we believe there are additional mitigation measures that the Navy could apply that would significantly reduce the potential impacts of its activities on marine resources. These include the protection of the BIAs that the Surfrider Foundation just described. The staff recommends the Commission concur with the consistency determination, with the important caveat that if the Commission finds that required annual reports from the Navy provide new information or change circumstances related to marine resources, that the Commission reserves the right to reopen its federal consistency review. We believe this approach, that is concurrence with the reopener clause, is a viable approach in this case, but only if the reopener language is strengthened with regard to the Navy's activities in the BIAs. We echo Surfrider's observation that the Commission has previously found that the BIAs off the coast of California are areas of special biological significance and are therefore required to be provided with special protection. The Navy has indicated that it has no plans and historically has not carried out its exercises in 5 out of the 7 BIAs in the Sea Range. While this is a welcome assurance, we think the Commission should clarify its expectation that no activity will occur in these 5 BIAs. We ask the Commission to explicitly state that if the annual reports from the Navy indicate that any testing and training activities occur in the 5 BIAs, which the Navy has historically avoided, a reopening of the consistency determination will be triggered. Next slide, please. So NRDC provides here the specific text we believe is necessary. By making this trigger explicit, we believe the Commission will fully express its expectation that the Navy will abide by the representations it has made pertaining to its avoidance of activities in these 5 BIAs. This clarity is useful for the Navy and for the public to understand the Commission's intentions when it comes to providing the BIAs with special protection. I'm happy to take any questions, and I thank the Commission for consideration of our comments.
Thank you, Ms. Nelson.